Yes, bitch, I lied to Gail King, bitch. First of all, I didn't know that bitch was even gonna ask me about that shit. Bitch, I always want to talk about this shooting. Why'd you ask me about fucking Tory? That's not what this is about. Even if I was, I fucked this nigga like once, maybe twice on a drunk night. Bitch, you kept catching me out of my fucking mind. Yeah.
What's up, you guys? First up on our KCA Keeping Culture Alive morning news, we have Megan, the one-footed temptress, aka the big-footed stallion. Now, there has been resurfaced video of Megan coming out of a car after being stopped by the police on the night that she was allegedly shot in the foot, I say stepped on glass, by Tory Lanez, and it shows Megan stepping on what appears to be a glass bottle. Now, however, this video has been said to be null and void because it is shown later on, in fact, that Megan's foot actually was injured upon leaving the vehicle. But that's not the very interesting thing about all of this that's been going on. The internet has been set ablaze because originally Dr. Lafredo, who was the original doctor who treated Megan at the emergency room, reported that she had lacerations from stepping on glass and never reported bullet fragments. Now, I don't know about you, but I would expect a doctor who has been working for years with their degree to know the difference between bullet fragments and glass when they're treating a patient. Wouldn't you?
Well, duh.
Now, no one has since heard from the initial doctor that treated Megan inside the emergency room. I did not see him in court. I have not heard testimony. I have not heard anything about this man since the initial time that he treated her, though he was the first person to see Megan's foot. Take a look here. Now, folks, I know this is a very big foot. It's like a size 25 horseshoe, but just take a look at it. Does this not indeed look more so like injuries from a cut or cuts, plural, as opposed to a bullet hole or bullet fragments or a foot that was shot? You guys take a look. Now, Dr. Milton, who was the second doctor or physician that came out and treated Megan's foot, is the one who said that there were bullet fragments in her foot. However, the bullet fragments to this day have not been seen, recovered. They're not in evidence. No one in the hospital knows what happened to the alleged bullet fragments that the second doctor reported being there, but the first doctor did not. And upon further investigation, social media did its thing. And I was very proud of social media because usually it takes someone like me to go and do the research. I was surprised to see that the internet did the research on their own. And it was discovered that this doctor's father was the CEO of the United Way organization. Now, if you guys are not familiar with them, they are a charity organization.
You're announcing a 2-day music festival benefiting United Way, just like your Carnegie Hall concert did. I'm wondering why United Way? You've got a lot of different philanthropic organizations, I'm sure, knocking on your door. Why this one?
Well, they did a great job with Carnegie Hall. You know, it's those sort of things, like when you have a great rapport and relationship with someone, you know, it's easier to work. And you have to trust the organization that you're working with, especially when you're dealing with charitable things. And, you know, they're a stand-up pillar of this society, strong charitable organization. So.
For you,
but mainly the just want to thank United Way.
Would like to thank all the partners, United Way.
Now, what's so special about this? Now, Beyonce and Jay-Z have a long-standing history of doing charitable events and business with United Way. Also, CEO Desiree Perez has a history of falsifying medical records at the behest of her clients in order to get personal gain. Now, the Daily Mail reported this. Desiree Perez hijacked the process and forced Aaron Rodriguez back onto the Yankees, a source said. At one point, after Rodriguez missed a minor league rehab game because of a tight quad and the Yankees asked him to return to New York for an MRI, Perez helped locate a doctor to review the test and find there was no strain, according to the source. However, the plan backfired when SNY in the news reported that the orthopedist Dr. Michael Gross had been disciplined by the New Jersey State Board of Medical Examiners for failing to adequately ensure proper patient treatment involving the prescribing of hormones, including steroids. Nothing was more important than the effort to smear, intimidate, and outspin Bosch. Discrediting the witness who knew the most about A-Rod's doping was a top priority, and the best ammunition was to call him out for having been forced to cooperate with authorities. This sounds like, again, yet another Roc Nation tactic.
Roc Nation, you will crumble.
This is the doctor who was giving out steroids illegally to A-Rod, and Desiree went and found her own doctor to try and get A-Rod approved to play with the Yankees, all while bashing and running a smear campaign on this other man who A-Rod obviously was aware he was getting these steroids from. So, again, this just shows the history of Roc Nation doing shady things, even as it comes down to medical records, being willing to hire physicians, orthopedists, or any other type of medical professional to do their bidding and lie for them, which is completely illegal, by the way. So if Desiree would do this in the case of Aaron Rodriguez, which is a much more high-level profile client and case, why then would she not think she could get away with doing it with Tory Lanez? You people let me know in the comments.
Get off me. Y'all ain't nothing without me. I made your asses. You can't fire me. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? Y'all can't do me like this. You ungrateful son of a bitches.
When questioned about the situation, Gross said he has never met with Rodriguez in person, but on Wednesday, with Rodriguez's permission, Gross went on an extensive media tour declaring that an MRI did not show a quad strain. He does admit to looking over the MRI, but he also admits that he never treated A-Rod, so he would not be qualified to tell us based off the MRI if he was able to play or not, being that he did not examine him. So again, this sounds just like the Megan Thee Stallion situation. You have an initial doctor say there is one thing. Then they come and find another doctor who says something in favor of their client that will help them achieve their common goal. With Megan Thee Stallion, this case would be accusing Tory Lanez of shooting her. And in the A-Rod case, it would have been getting him back on the field. And so, folks, again, just more tricks, plots, and schemes from Roc Nation. But again, you guys let me know how you feel in the comments. Now, folks, you be the judge. Is Roc Nation guilty of colluding to hide evidence in the Tory Lanez trial, just like they were guilty of finding a doctor to say that A-Rod was approved to play on the field, even though he was not? You guys do the research. Come back to the comment section and let me know. Once again, this is KCA, Keeping Culture Alive, the #1 most credible news source in all of Black media. And yes, we've been stamped. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe on YouTube at Keeping Culture Alive, on TikTok at Keeping Culture Alive. We're on Twitter at Q4QUISE, that's Q for Keys, and we're on Snapchat at KCA_news. Make sure you're following us on all social media platforms. Subscribe, like, and comment. Get into the outro.
Hey, where's Keith? Is Keith around?
Damn.
So from
shout out to Keith for breaking it down.
Look,
It's not just me. I'm what the culture feeling.
Maybe Queef's been on their ass, so they don't want to say nothing that Queef can run to Twitter with.
Hey, what?
Do your research. Go ask Keith.
Because shout out to Queef. Queef has some
He's
good
good.
tea, and it's TBT and 10. So
He's good.
It's not the it factor. It's the culture factor. The way that it's just being delivered, the way that it's said.
Okay, see.
Okay, I'm reloaded.